The question 1, GATE 1994, 2 marks, 1.3.1. Now tell me, is it required to write the question in the board, or can you see from the document which you are having, either it is a soft copy or hard copy, or is it required to write? G1 is, if you see, G1 is big O of G2n, and G1 is, that is smaller than or equal to CG2n. And if you see separately G1 and G2, G1 is big O of n square and G2n is big O of n cube. Here n naught is 100. Now see, so A and B both are correct. So in 1994 there used to be more than one correct options. Okay, so here A and B both are correct, because if you see G2n, G2n is n cube also, and option B is saying that G1n is saying that if we see from the diagram, G1 is like this, n cube and n square. So for n greater than equal to 10,000. So when it is greater than equal to 10,000, then it is n square. And in option B it is saying that G1 n is big O of n cube. So I have told you that if you take any number greater than n square, then also it is big O of, then also it will satisfy, no? In the first class only I have told you that if some function which is having a big O of n square, then it is also big O of n cube, then also it is a big O of n to the power 4, n to the power 5, like this. Because if it is smaller than n square, then it must be smaller than n cube, n to the power 4, n to the power 5. Is it clear? Since it is a 1994 question, a GATE 1994, there can be more than one correct options. Okay, and if you see, B is also correct. Okay, anyone having any doubt? A and B both are correct. Is it clear? Yeah, Binay is saying okay. Anyone having any doubt now? Yeah, A and B both are correct, because G1n is big O of n square, so we can write anything which is greater than n square, so n cube is also correct. Is it clear now, Diya? Why? Anyone having any doubt in this one? So can I proceed to next one? Now next one, 1.1.32, it is GATE 1996, 2 marks. GATE 1996, 2 marks. Now tell me, what is the option you got? Binay is saying B. Yeah, B is correct. Let me check in the answer. Yeah, B is false. Everyone got B. Only Binay is saying B. What about others? Patel is saying yes. A I got. There I got A. So let me solve this question. It is saying that which of the following is false. It is asking which of the following is false. Okay. So A is saying that 100 n log n is equal to big O of n log n 100. Okay. See, I have always told you that whenever you get one option as a correct, so also eliminate the remaining options. So if you are getting A as a correct option, then eliminate B, C, D. If you are getting B, then eliminate A, C, D. Then only you can assure that A or B or any option is correct. Okay. Because sometimes it may happen that you get A, but when you will check the other options, you will find that this is also correct. Okay. So also eliminate the remaining options. So it means big O, since it is a big O, so according to the definition of big O, it should be smaller than equal to n log n 100. So we are cancelling the common term. We will get 100 is smaller than equal to 1 by 100. Now see, I have told you that whenever we get any constant, they are saying A and B both are false. See there, if I will write 2n and if I will write 4n, we will write big O as n only. Big O, because we are not considering the constant. we are not considering the constant. So we used to write as a big O. So here also if we write, here big O will be n log n, and here also big O will be n log n. See, one thing you write, big O denotes the growth rate of functions, and multiplication or division by a constant does not change the rate of the growth. So this is the explanation for this one, because if I write 10 to the power 10 n, then also big O is n, and if I will write 10 to the power 10 100 n, then also big O of n, because we are not considering the constant. We have seen many times that some constant came then n, so we were only taking the term, the highest term. Whenever we are having n to the power 4 leading term, we were taking n square, so there we are taking n to the power 4 as big O. So that's why big O denotes the growth of rate of function. It's denoting the rate of growth of function, and multiplication or division by a constant does not change the rate of growth. Okay, so whether we are multiplying it with a constant or dividing it with a constant, it is not going to change the rate of growth of that function. That's why it is correct. Is it clear, Diya? So now we are going to see. So SI equal means, so it is equal. Yeah, it is equal. So we are not going to see compare with the constant. We will compare it with function. So here also we will get n log n. Here also we will get n log n. So in place of big O, you can write it as a theta n log n, because worst time will be n log n, average time will be n log n, everything. Are you getting my point? If you write here, it is theta n log n. Here also you will get theta n log n. Is it clear now? So no comparison between two constant. Yeah, between two constant. Now take option B. B is saying that log n, root n is there, and it is big O of log n. So I can consider log n as half of that, and that is, so it means it is saying that it is smaller than equal to log of log n. So let us first consider, solve this equation, whether it is smaller than that one or not. So take log both side. Take log both side. So if you take log on both side, for this is the parenthesis, for this is the, so I don't require the last one. So since it is in power something, so it will come outside. So it will be log of log n. Here it will be same. So now take some greater value for n. Okay. So now n equal to 2 to the power, here I have taken 20. So here I am taking 20 only. Okay. You can take any number. So put in place of n 2 to the power 20. So here also you put in place of n 2 to the power 20. So log, since whatever will be in the power, it will come outside of the log. So it will come outside, and it will give you 2 to the power 20 log 2. Log 2 is 1 only. So it will give log of log 220, 2 to the power 20. Here also power will come outside, log 20, log 2, and log 2 is again 1. So we will get log 20 into 1. So log 20 base 2, what is it? So we'll get here log 20 into 1, so base 2 only. So log 220 is 4 point something, because 2 to the power 4 is 16 and 5 is 32, so it is 4 point something. Now let's check this function. So half log, so 2 to the power 20 will come outside, and log 2, so base 2, you will get half of log 220, and it is 1 only. So here you will get 20, so it is 10. So you can see that root n is greater than, root log n is greater than log of log n. So it means it is false. See, you are saying that it is greater than log of log n. Is it clear? Okay. So now moving to 1.1.3. 1.1.3. Now tell me what is the answer of that. Which option you got? It's 1999. So it is saying that T of 1 is 1. Give the correct matching for the following pair. T of 1 given is T of 1 is 1, and it is saying to find the correct match. Okay, so first I am solving M. T of n is equal to T of n minus 1. See, I am writing in that way. They have written in the bottom of that part like this, T of n, they have written like this, T of n equal to T n minus 1 plus n. So it is similar to this only, T of n equal to T n minus 1. Okay, they means the same. So they do this thing just to confuse you people. Okay, so let us first solve this. So in place of Tn minus 1 we can do Tn minus 2, and whatever is here we have to place here. So not in that way. If I write that way, then you will get confused. See, Tn is like this, so Tn minus 1 is 1 less n minus 2, then whatever is here you have to write there, so it is n minus 2. So Tn minus 2 is Tn minus 3 plus, it will be n minus 1 plus n minus 2, like this. So like this we have to substitute. So Tn is equal to Tn minus 1 plus n. So in place of n minus 1 we will write this Tn minus 2 plus n minus 1 plus n. Now in place of n minus 2 we will substitute this Tn minus 3 plus n minus 2 plus n minus 1 plus n. Like this we will keep on going, Tn minus 4 plus n minus 3 plus n minus 2 plus n minus 1 plus n. So like this we will keep on decreasing this till we get 1. Okay, so I am making it as 1, and if it is 1, see, n minus 4 here is 1 greater. N minus 4, tell me where n minus 4 is greater or n minus 3 is greater. If you consider n as 5, so it is 1, it is 2. So this thing is greater, it is 1 greater. Okay, see, let us assume n equal to 5, n minus 4 is 1, n minus 3 is 2. Okay, so if it is 1, then here it will be 2, then 3 minus 2. So it will keep on going, n minus 3 plus n minus 1 plus n. Is it clear? This line, is it clear? Diya, you told n3, what n3? N minus 3. See, n minus 3 will be, what it will be? N minus 3 will be Tn minus 4 plus n minus 3. So I have substituted in place of Tn minus 3, Tn minus 4, n minus 3. Like this I am going on. So t of 1 is 1, 1 plus 2 plus 3. It is sum of n number. It is sum of n number, which is n into n plus 1 by 2. So it's big O of n square. So let's check which option is big O of n square is W. MW. So M should be matched with W. Is it clear? M. Anyone having any doubt in M? So now it is N. N is saying that Tn is equal to Tn by 2 plus N. So here I think you can use master theorem. Here A equal to 1, B, A is greater than equal to 1, B is equal to 2 greater than 1, okay. K is equal to 1, P is equal to 0. So it is in master theorem, okay. Now compare A, B to the power K. A is 1, B is 2, K is 1. So A is smaller than 2, means third case, and P is greater than equal to 0, means third case, first one. In third case we have two cases, and it is lying in the first case of the third one, that is Tn equal to theta n to the power k log p n, means whatever is in the right hand side. So it is n. Since here they have used big O, I have already told you that in place of theta you can write it is average, so it is big O also, omega also. So n, which option we are getting? U. So n we are getting as U. So we got n equal to U. So by this we can eliminate A and C. Option A and C we can eliminate. So between, because in A and C they are matching n with V and n with W, but we should match n with U. So now we have to choose option from B and D. B and D. So now let us take O. O is saying Tn equal to Tn by 2 big O n log n. It is again in master theorem. Sorry, n log n. So write here A equal to 1, which is greater than equal to 1, B equal to 2 greater than 1, K equal to 1, P equal to 1. P is 1 and K is 1. So A, B, K, B to the power K, A is 1, B is 2, K is 1. So again is smaller. Third one, and P greater than equal to 0, same. So it will be Tn equal to whatever it is in the right hand side, that plus n log n. So O is V. So by this we can eliminate the option B. So D is the correct option, but let us see the last one also. By doing these three only we can eliminate the options and we can select D is the correct one, but let us also do the last one. Anyone having any doubt? Anyone having any doubt? Now P we are going to see. P is saying that Tn is equal to Tn minus 1 plus log n. Okay. So see, if it is n here, then log n is here. Now if it will be Tn minus 1, it will decrease by 1, Tn minus 2, and log of whatever it is here, n, then n, so n minus 1, like this. So if Tn minus 2, so then it should be Tn minus 3, log of n minus 2, whatever it is. So like this it will keep on going. So now write Tn equal to Tn minus 1 plus log n. Now in place of Tn minus 1 you can write Tn minus 2 plus log of n minus 1 plus log n. Now T of n minus 2 you can write Tn minus 3 log of n minus 2 plus log of n minus 1 plus log n. So like this we will keep on going. Today we will try to finish all the previous year questions, okay. So in Tn minus 3 we can write Tn minus 4 plus log of n minus 3 like this. If t n minus 3 is there, then t n minus 4 plus log of n minus 3. Like this we will keep on going. Log n minus 2 plus log n minus 1 plus log n. So it will keep on going till 1, because t of 1 is 1 only, na? Because yeah, in the question it is written t of 1 is equal to 1. So it will keep on going till t of 1. So if it is 1, then here it will be log 2, log 3 like this, because 1 greater. If it is n minus 4, then here n minus 3. So if we will reach keep on going t1, then in right hand side we will get log 2, then log 3. So like this we will get log n minus 1 plus log n. So in place of t1 we will write 1 log 2 plus log 3 plus log n minus 1 plus log n. And since you can write 1 as log 1 also, log 1, because if we write it 1, then is 1 only, log of 1 is 1 only, okay. So you can write in that way also. Now since it is in plus, there is one formula, log xy, I am taking as anything as a sum, base b, okay. So we can write it as log x b plus log yb, okay. It is a rule, log formula. Yeah, I am going to use log property, Vinay. So log, if log is having log xy, so you can write log x base b log y base b, and similarly to that we can write like this. So means if it is like that, so we can write in that way. If it is like this, we can also write in this way. So by using this property, what we will do, we will write log 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into till n minus 1 into n, okay. So it is, what is it? It is log n factorial. N factorial is n into n minus 1 like this till 1. So it is n factorial, and we know that, I have told you that whenever you will get log n factorial, you have to write it as a smaller than equal to n log n. I have given you one table, and I have told you whenever you will get log n factorial, so you have to write it as big O, because log n is smaller than n log n, and this is called as, so big O of n log n, this is also called as Stirling's approximation. Is it clear? Anyone having any doubt? So can we go ahead? Next one is 1.3.4. So if we see which p is equal to one thing, say in the last one we got O as v n log n, and log square n we got p equal to x. So log square n may be greater than this. I am having a wrong option, or is it correct? P it is showing with x. Okay, we will check it. P is showing with x. Log square n. Sir, inside log it will be. So log square n is which option? Option D, na? Sir, inside log it will be n square, because addition of natural number. See, it should not be addition, it should be in multiplication, because if we write in multiplication from then only we can split in this way. Vinay, is it clear? Because of this I am writing that then only we can write log 1, log 2, log 3, log 4 like this. Yeah, that only I am saying that both option O and P is coming n log n, that only I am saying. Okay, I will see what is the, so let me check whether n log n log square n log n is greater than log square n. I think that log n factorial, I think log n factorial is smaller than log square. I need to check this y in option like this. Okay, I will get back to you later, because O and P both are coming n log n, and they have given D as correct option. Both in P is also coming n log n and O is also coming n log n. Okay, I will check and I will let you know. So now see the next one, 1.1.34. Consider the following function. What you got in 1.3.4? Diya got D, Binay also got D. Let me see. Yeah, D is the correct one. Anyone having doubt? Okay. So now 1.3.5. 1.3.5. Binay is saying B. Let me check. Yeah, B. They is also saying B. Yeah, B is the correct option. What about others? Only 3 people are saying Binay, Diya. 1.3.6. Gate 2003. Which option? Next one I couldn't do. Okay, we will do 1.3.6. So what you got? Gautam got A. 1.3.6. A, yeah, I have. A is the correct one. Okay, let us see. Consider the following three claims. One is saying that, and they have given 3 claims: n plus k m equal to theta of n to the power m, where k and m are constant. So they have given 3 claims and they are asking which of the following claims are correct. Now see, where k and m are constant, it means here if we do something, we will get k to the power m, which will be again constant. But when we get n to the power, it should be n to the power m, na? So we get when n to the power m, it is not going to be constant. It is n to the power something. N is not a constant here. So it will be theta n to the power m. See, I am taking n plus 2 square. Okay, here it is a constant and it is a constant, but n here is not a constant. So what is the formula of that? A square plus 2ab plus 2 square. So n square you will get, 4n you will get, 2 square. So you will get theta of n square only, like this. Is it clear? Why statement 1 is correct? Anyone having doubt? 2 to the power n minus 1 is big O of 2 to the power n. So you can write, since it is saying it is a big O, so it means it is smaller than n minus 1 or n plus 1. It is n plus 1 maybe. N plus 1. Let us check. I am having a Xerox which is. It is n plus 1. Since it is n plus 1, you can write like this, 2 into 2n plus 1. So you can say it is a constant. You can write it as a 2 to the power n. Both are correct. You can also write as 2 to the power n plus 1 or 2 to the power n. It is correct. What you can do, if you want to check, you can write in smaller than equal to c 2 to the power n. Okay. So you take c as 3, you will always get, means greater than equal to, if you take anything c greater than 2, you will always get this term greater. See, you have written 2 to the power n plus 1 as 2 plus 1, because here we are having a power 1. So if we do, we will get that only. So since it is a big O, it means this term should be smaller than c, some constant. So if I take any constant greater than 2, this term will be always greater. So we can write this thing 2 to the power n plus 1 as big of 2n. Is it clear? Statement 2. Now we will see statement 3. Anyone having any doubt in statement 2? Third statement is saying 2 to the power 2n plus 1 big O of 2n. Have I written correctly? Yeah. So now here also we will try to do like this. It means 2 into 2 to the power 2n is smaller than equal to 2n, some constant. But here you will not get any constant c for which you will able to say that this will be always greater, because here it is in power 2n, but here it was only n and here it was 2. Are you getting? They are saying C is less than percent than second option. I am not getting there what you wants to tell here. 2, acha, less than 2. No, why I will take less than 2? I will take some value greater na. In our definition it is saying na, we will, for some constant we can take any constant greater than equal to 1. I am taking greater than 2. So see, it is like 2n is like 2n into 2n, like this. See, if you split this 2n, you can write in this way, 2n into n. So if you can, it is like plus n and n, so you will get 2n. So it is not smaller, it is not smaller, it is greater than by 1 2 to the power n. Are you getting the third statement why it is false? It should be smaller than or equal to 2 to the power 2n, not 2n. Third statement is clear. Why is it false? Anyone having any doubt? So can I move ahead? Now 1.3.7. Now 1.3.7. What you got in 1.3.7? 1.3.7. It is 2004 IT 2 marks. 1.3.7. Dia got A and B. Let me check what is the answer. I got D. And what is the answer? Here also is D. Okay, we will solve. Actually, I didn't get option A and B. I didn't get option A and D. Okay. We will see that question. We are going to see. Sorry. It is 1.3.7, na? D is the correct one. Yeah, I was checking some other. So what it is saying, let Fn, it is saying that let Fn, Gn, Hn be function defined for positive integers such that Fn equal to bgo of Gn. It is saying that Fn is equal to bgo of Gn. Gn is not equal to bgo of Fn. From this we can say Fn is smaller than or equal to Cgn. From this we can say that Gn is not smaller than or equal to Cfn. Fn Gn over. Now Gn is bgo of Hn. So it means Gn is smaller than or equal to Chn. First Hn is equal to bgo of Gn. Hn is smaller than or equal to Cgn. Now they are asking which one of the following statement is false. Okay, which one of the following statement is false, they are asking. Now see, statement 1 is saying that what happened. So it is saying that by this we can say that Fn is bgo of Gn, Gn is bgo of Hn. So we can say that Fn is also smaller than, we can say that from these two we can say that Fn is bgo of Hn, because Fn is bgo of Gn and Gn is bgo of Hn. So since Fn is smaller than Cgn and Gn is smaller than Chn, so Fn is also smaller than Hn. And here it is saying Hn is bgo of Gn. Here it means if we see these two, Gn is also smaller than Chn and Hn is also smaller than Cgn. It means it is theta, both. Because if it is smaller, then it is bgo of Hn, and Hn is also greater than this Cgn. Gn is smaller than, like this only, like theta. But so it means Gn, from these two we can say that Gn is theta of Hn. Gn is theta of Hn. Is it clear? Since Gn is smaller than Hn and Hn is also greater than Hn is greater than Gn and also is smaller than Cgn, it means both condition of omega, it is satisfying both omega and theta, big O, so it means it is theta. Is it clear how Gn is equal to theta of Hn? Please let me know. Yeah, Gautam is saying clear. Diya is saying no. See, Fn is equal to big O of Gn, it means Fn should be smaller than equal to Cgn. And if I write Fn is equal to omega of Gn, it means Fn should be greater than equal to Cgn. So if these two conditions satisfying, so then we are saying that it is theta. If you say Fn is equal to theta of Gn, what it means? Fn should be smaller than equal to some constant Gn and it should be greater than C1 Gn, like this. See, big O means smaller and omega means greater, and if these two conditions are satisfying, that is theta. So Fn should be also greater than C1 Gn and also smaller to C2 Gn. So see here, if we write Hn here like this, here Hn is also greater than Gn for some constant C1 and it is also greater than C2 Gn. See, by these two cases we can write this thing. So that's why I am saying that Gn is equal to theta of Hn. See, is it clear now, Diya? Got it. Binay is saying, sir, here we can say that function of Gn and Hn are equal and Gn is greater than Fn. So we can take Fn equal to Hn n square and Fn equal to n. Here we can say that function Gn and Hn are equal. Gn and Fn. And Gn is greater than Fn. Gn is greater than Fn, that is fine. So we can take Gn equal to Hn equal to n square. Why we are taking n square? Nothing is there. And Fn equal to n. See, here they haven't given the value of Fn Gn. So that's why we can't say anything about whether they are equal or not, because see, these functions may be like some function where sometimes it is getting like this, sometimes it is getting like this. So we can't say like this, okay, because both are satisfying big O to each other. Fn and Gn, Fn equal to big O. Let me take some example. You are saying like that because of these two you are saying that it is equal. There I got one, I am having one example. Let me give you that. What was that? So for this I need to verify with other examples also. For mini, if it is satisfying, where was that? See, the function I am going to take, you are saying both are equal now. The example that we have taken in the first class only, that Fn was having Fn is equal to 3n plus 2 and Gn is equal to n. So here both condition was satisfying, so that's why in this case we have told that Fn is equal to theta of n. But both functions are not equal. See, it is asymptotic notation, Binay. It doesn't mean that both functions need to be same to become theta of n, or means big O, there are also equal condition in big O, and that equal condition will be satisfying with both function are equal. There are also equal condition in big O, and that equal condition will be satisfied when both functions are equal. But exactly equal you can't say, because it should satisfy for every function. Now, this is the example which is showing that Fn is not equal to Gn. See, I have told you that it is asymptotic notation. Exactly we can't say. Is it clear, Binay? I am getting your point, what you want to say, but exactly we can't say. Binay, let me know whether it is clear or not. This example is proving that Fn is not equal to Gn, but Fn is theta of n. We are also having some constant, na? C, this, we are having some constant which is making these things possible. Yeah, Binay. Okay, you can send me. So where I was. So now check the option. Dia, now is it clear why Fn is equal to theta of Hn? So now see the options where it is. Which one of the following statement is false? Now Fn, A is saying that Fn plus Gn, Fn plus Gn is equal to big O of Hn plus Hn. So Fn is smaller than Gn and Gn is smaller than Hn. So if you are writing big O of Hn and Hn, then also it's correct, because Fn, these two terms is greater than Fn and as well as Gn, so it is correct. Is it clear, this one? Fn is smaller than Gn and Gn is smaller than Hn. It means Fn is also smaller than Hn and Gn is also smaller than Hn. Is it clear, this one? First point. Second, B, Fn is equal to big O of Hn. Yeah, clear? Now, Fn is big O of Gn, but Gn is not big O of Hn. Okay, fine. And Gn is equal to big O of Hn. Yeah. See, Fn is smaller than Cgn and Gn is smaller than Chn. So we can say that Fn is smaller than Chn. So it is correct, because Fn is smaller than Cgn and Gn is smaller than Chn. So it is satisfied. Now third, C, Hn not equal to big O of Fn. Hn not equal to big O of Hn. So Hn is and Hn and Fn. Na? Fn is smaller than this. Gn is not smaller than Fn. Gn is not smaller than Fn. Okay, correct. By these two we have to say, we have to use these two, then we can say this one. I am erasing these two. By using this, we have to use these two functions, then we can say anything. It is saying that Gn is not smaller than Fn. Okay, means Gn is greater than Fn, it's not smaller. Now it is saying that HN is smaller than GN is greater. GN is greater than HN and HN is not greater than FN. Yeah, correct. By these two, we can say that HN is not greater than CGN. See, it is saying that HN is smaller than CGN. HN is smaller than CGN means HN is smaller than CGN, but GN is not smaller than CGN. Okay, see, here you can write FN is not greater than GN, it means it is also not greater than HN. Are you getting? HN is smaller than CGN, but FN is not greater than CGN. So we can't say that HN is smaller than CFN. Is it clear by using these two? Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Option C. Gautam is saying yes. Now D. Which one of the following statement is false? So till now we got that all this statement is correct. So definitely C will be the last one. FN HN not equal to big O of GN and HN. Fn is smaller to Gn, fine. Hn is smaller, so it is smaller than, so it is equal to, but here they told not equal because Fn is smaller than Gn, and with Gn we can say that it is big O of Gn, so it should be equal. So D is the incorrect one. Is it clear this one? Anyone having any doubt in this? Can I go ahead? D1, what you said, sir? See, I am saying that option D is saying that Fn and Hn is equal, not equal to. It is saying that not equal to big O of Gn and Hn. And we know that Fn is smaller than Gn because Fn is big O of Gn. So that we can say for this. Now Hn and Hn we can say na. Hn is big O of Hn. We can say. It's the same thing. Or what you can do, you can cancel it also. If you want, you can cancel it also. If you want to compare these two functions, how you can compare? So I am just comparing these two. You can cancel these two. Now Fn is big O of Gn. From this we can say Fn is big O of Gn, but they are saying not equal big O of, but it is equal to big O of Gn. Is it clear, Diya? See, for a given question there are many methods to do. Diya, is it clear? It will be equal. Yeah, it will be equal. That's why D is incorrect.